Hi everyone, welcome to Stone Bin Ben. My name is Linda. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to continue on my last video where I shared about my childhood experiences and how those woundings uh, basically set me on a path of seeking truth. And my journey took me down many roads, seeking truth in different philosophies and different religions and psychotherapy and different healing modalities. And they've all been very useful, and I've learned very helpful tools, life tools along the way. But what I found is all the efforting I was doing to um, fix myself, heal this brokenness inside of me. Um, what I discovered, what I was really searching for was just to feel some inner peace and to just be able to finally relax and be at peace. And I'm not discouraging the spiritual search. We all have to do some kind of seeking um, and come to some understanding about different facets of ourselves and learn valuable tools. And there is definitely a place for all that. Um, but at some point, all this seeking and fixing, it becomes an obstruction uh, to just being at peace. And uh, these habits we form, many spiritual seekers, these habits we form of, trying to be perfect, they get in the way of actually experiencing the peace that is always here. Um, it's just our stuff that is running and preventing us from realizing that peace that is always here. And I think there's at some point, um, you know, if we're really aware, we see this in ourselves, and then we realize, okay, all this other stuff is getting in the way of just being, and being seems to be the most difficult thing to do. But the funny thing is that we need to do nothing just to be, and we're all just finding our way to just allow ourselves to be in the moment, just be. And if we're trying to do anything to be, we miss being, if that makes any sense. So I was thinking that this channel, uh, what my intention was, what with it was, um, the truth is, I don't have an intention of what I want this channel to be. Um, each day is new, and I'm gonna see. Um, I don't really have a purpose with it. Uh, just as I don't really have a purpose in my life either. We get so fixated of, I need a purpose in my life. I need to have a plan, and my life has pretty much been an undoing of um, me thinking I know what it's all about and what it needs to be, and surrendering to um, it being in the form that it needs to be without me having to control it. And, you know, there's a great sense of freedom in that, and a great sense of surrender. And you know, when I can, I choose to live a surrendered life. You know, I was listening to an Alan Watts talk this morning, and um, I really enjoy listening to his talks. And he was speaking of uh, you know, how we try to make sense of this world and fix it into these our limited understandings. And you know, he was just talking about the perfection in the night sky and the stars, how they are just they're they're fixed where they are, and it's all perfect, you know. um, and we see that in nature, how perfect the waves are, how perfect the mountains are, how perfect the valley of you know, the mountains and the valleys, how perfect all that is. Is there rhyme, is there reason as to why that is? And we all try to understand our own lives of, you know, fitting ourselves into understanding. And yet each of us in our own experiences are experiencing the perfect thing. And to just let go of trying to understand it all and fit it all into your mental box, you know. Can't we just trust a little bit, you know, in the perfection of it all without understanding it? The heartbreaks, the joys, the perfection of our heart beating with having nothing to do with that. Our body breathing, being breathed by this big great mystery. So I was going to read a poem that I really enjoy by Mary Oliver called Wild Geese until I checked the copyright, and it is protected, so I'm unable to do that. I will put a link in the description box below. You can go and check it out yourselves. It's a poem that stayed with me over the years, and I do recommend giving it a read. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.